When it comes to supported housing investment, it's a great way to invest capital to deliver a positive investment return and a positive social impact, but it is in fact really quite hard to do. There are several stakeholders to take into account, from the local authority to the housing providers to the builders to finding the stock in the first place, and indeed the end buyers who'd like to buy these properties. At Bailey Capital, we've created an engine room that encompasses at scale how to deliver supported housing investment in a safe, sustainable and profitable way, and be sure that it delivers a positive social impact. So with this particular property, all of those stakeholders have had to come into play. We've had to get the local authority on board, which merged with another council during the time. We've had to get the rents agreed and justify that they're sustainable. And we've had to remodel and redevelop this property so that it's fit for purpose, that the tenants are going to live here. Luckily and thankfully, we're now at a point that this is drawing to a close, and we're at the final furlong that these properties will be ready for handover very soon. So welcome back to the top floor of one of the buildings in Scarborough. You'll see here what it looked like before. So as you came in here through the front door, here was a weird slidey door, odd toilet thing that you couldn't really get in and out of. Now it's just a toilet on its own in there to make use of that space. Where we step into here, we had a wall across here, and this was just a bedroomy space here. The kitchen was over here. So we really had some dilemmas about what we do with this space, and I think it's actually turned out quite well. So we put a wall across here, built in here a shower room with a towel rail, shower and sink, a toilet over there in a separate room. I think we've made quite good space of that. And if we come into here, a small kitchen, really good, adequate kitchen size for one person. It's actually quite a good sized studio. We've got a great view out of the window here over to the countryside. And if we go over to the other side, we are right next to the sea. So what this will be used for is a great place for someone to base themselves and have us move on accommodation from other supported accommodation that we're doing in the area. And it should present a really good opportunity for someone to build their life and have a great place to live.
So what are the different types of property that are utilised for supported housing? At Bailey Capital, we develop and deliver housing of all types depending on the need of the provider and the location and what we can make work in this particular area. We're here today in Scarborough, where there are lots of the type of property that we're stood in now. We're stood on the third floor, so it's a 4-storey building. Each floor is a self-contained unit. There are 3 flats, and then on the top floor what we've done here is we've created a studio. Because of the space constraints, it was really quite a tight, divided flat here. So we've taken all the dividing walls out, made it into a nice open plan, really nice sized studio. It really has a spacious feel to it, with the light coming in at both sides, and this will provide a really comfortable accommodation, self-contained, for somebody who's moving on from perhaps being in a more intensive care situation. So looking back, when we first acquired these blocks, there were these quite a strange arrangement where there were bathrooms on split levels that weren't actually within the individual flats. Our provider was very specific about wanting the accommodation to be self-contained, so that there wasn't any shared element, and each flat now has its own bathroom within the beyond the front door of each individual unit. So now we've got these extra rooms which are going to be utilised for laundry space and for one-to-one provision of care, where the providers can come in, get the tenants out from their own space into a little meeting room and give them consultations and any advice that they need.
So we're here in one of the other flats. This one's really more of a self-contained flat with separate living area, separate kitchen area, separate bathroom area. It's one of the bigger spaces that are in the building, and again, it's going to offer a really good solution for someone to move straight into and a good place to build their life from. We've got a small kitchen in here, good space, suitable for a person. Moving in here, this is our front door. We've got here living space, big bay windows out to the front, bit of cleaning to do, but generally looking great. In here, full electric heating in here, as you'll see. And then into here, we've got another probably way to either have your living room or your sleeping room, and then your living room in there. And in here, we've got a nice shower room, which is kitted out and ready to go.
So we've literally just come round the corner from the flats now, and it's really reassuring when we're in this kind of a location with this natural setting behind, which is so positive for people's mental health and well-being. that this is the type of location which is going to have such a massive positive impact on the tenants' lives and to help them to rehabilitate and move on to be a functioning member of society.
Thank you for coming with us. You've been with us here a few times now, and over the next few months we'll show you lots of new properties in this particular location. For us, we're really happy. The properties have been set up to a good standard, they're going to be delivering a good positive social impact, and we're set up in the area to make good, strong, low risk investments into supported housing to deliver both a positive investment return and a positive social impact, as is always our focus at Bailey Capital.